Here we have my old girl Grand Cherokee Jeep, when the previous owner had left for a full year in a car park that was ready for the scrapper. I came along, bought it and gave it a new lease of life. My plan, turn it into a formidable off-road capable machine. That's right guys, we are back again on transforming this old slug into a formidable off-roader. So as you can see, this here is my Grand Cherokee Jeep. It was left by the old owner in a horrible little shitty car wash and it had been sat there for a year. He'd given up on it and he was about to send it to the rust box. He was going to scrap it. So my plan is simple. I'm going to modify this beast and get it into a off-road position so it can get us out of the trenches in difficulty. Now it's not a bad motor, but if you watch the last episode, you'll know where and how I come to having this beast. It had no MOT, it was smoking from the rear, all the dash lights were on, and it basically just had no love given to it from its previous owner. So I came along and I gave it a little tickle and I got it running right. So in this episode, the modifications that I'm putting forward, and so that you can see the differences, I've got some 30mm spacers coming in, which I'm going to put on with some Loctite and make sure they are super tight and not coming off, as they can give problems, or have given problems, people in the past, where your wheel will come off and roll down the road. We don't want none of that. And also, we're putting some big, dirty, filthy off-road tyres on. Now, these are Renegade RT Pluses. We're going to chuck these on ready for this weekend's tour, where we're going to go off-roading, and I've got another fella in the exact same Jeep with lesser tyres, let's say, and we're going to go out and we're going to put them to the test. After the last episode, I have given this truck a little bit of TLC and it is running a lot nicer. I gave it a service, check these clips out, and I'll show you what went on. So here I am under the car, looking like I know exactly what I'm doing. Now the car definitely needed a service. You can see how filthy this oil is. It had not been done for a while. The air filter was also black. Now we changed the air filter, the oil filter, and the oil and the fuel filter. And you can see, I didn't realise there was 9.5 litres oil in this beast. And the little canister that I had didn't collect that much, so we made a bit of a mess. But I covered it up and the wife didn't see it. Now you can see afterwards, it drank this oil a reek good, and it definitely drives better. It really did need a service. And I'm not 100% sure if I showed you the condition of the inside on the last video. I don't think I did, but it was in a right state. Now I have given it a clean up, I've given it a bit of a hoover, and we're looking a bit better. Now I know this might not look the cleanest of vehicles right now, but let's have it right, it's going to go off-roading. One thing I did have to do was antibacterial wipe everything and give it basically a good clean down, because in this vehicle there is a DVD player. So here it is in the rear, the DVD player. Now the reason I have antibacterial wiped everything is because after purchasing this and then giving it a good clean, I looked in this compartment, and in this compartment I found what can only be described as adult material. Now obviously this car had been in that car park for a year with the car wash people. They actually had a key to it as well. And well, I'm not too sure what the back seats have been used for, but I didn't want to touch anything once I found them. So everything has had a real good scrub and a real good clean. So before I go and get the wheels, what I am going to do is attempt to take out this dent. Now there's got a bit of a dent here that I'd shown previously on the video. I have ordered myself an Amazon special dent removal kit. Now I'm going to put that to the test. I'm not completely sure whether it's going to do it or whether I've got the skill to do it. But remember, it's only going to be an off-road car. It's probably going to get battered anyway. So I'm not paying no one to do that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if I can pull it out and make it look a bit better, maybe sand it down, spray it, happy days. If it don't work, well, the kit's obviously rubbish. It's not my fault. Going back to the last episode, I asked subscribers to jump in the comments and give us a name for the old girl, because I'd named it Barry and I wasn't too sure on that name. The one subscriber that jumped out to me was a lad called David Bradley, and his name, which I quite like, which fits this vehicle, is Big Bertha. So big shout out to you, boy. This car is now called Big Bertha, and she's going to be coming out some serious travels with us. Yeah, boy. So here we have the Amazon special dent repair kit. The little dent puller, the tags, glue gun, which you glue the tags onto the vehicle and then pull out with this glue. Different types of tags. Also a little pulley plunge type thing. Let's go down to the vehicle, let's see if we can get this fixed. Here's my little setup, look well professional. You can see the dent. we've got a bit to work at here. So I was looking to see where and what position to put these little tags. If in doubt, give it a clout. That didn't work either. Bit of glue. Pushed it on. Let's see if this works. We get the dent removing, pulling machine. Screw it in tight. Give it a pull. Hey presto. No, unfortunately it didn't work. So we try to rinse and repeat. Let's see if it worked the second time. Glue, tag, car, pull. Did not work. So we tried again. Did it work the third time? 3 is a magic number. Let's see. Unfortunately, it didn't. One last attempt. Clearly didn't work. That's it. I give up. It doesn't work. It seems with this particular kit, I can't seem to make any difference on this. Some things are best left to the professionals. I don't know if maybe I got the kit with the sliding hammer sort of thing to pull it out. Maybe that might be better. Personally, I think the glue in this pack is not good enough. It doesn't stick to the little plastic things you stick on, nor sometimes does it stick to the metal. But anyway, let's go have a look at the spacers. Let's get down to this garage and let's get these beastie tyres on. Come on! So we've had the delivery, we've got 2 boxes. I'm not sure which is which, but both of them are modifications. One of them is going to be a secret, not to be told until the next video. Let's have a quick look and we'll find out which is which. But the spacers I've gone for, I believe, are from eBay, and they're 30mm. Now I've gone for spacers, all 4 wheels, as I don't want an uneven sort of alignment, if you like. And I'm going to be using a stuff called Loctite, which I explained earlier in the video. And what you do is you put this fluid on your nuts. You put this fluid on your nuts while you screw them in. And what it does is it seals, and basically it keeps them tight and stops them from loosening up or, you know, coming off. Excuse my, well, you know. So let's have a quick look. I think this is the box. Let's have a look. Here they are. They're actually quite big there, aren't they? 30mm. If you're wondering who I'm looking at, it's the firecracker. She's sat watching. So 30mm. So basically all you do is you bolt these into your hub, and then obviously your wheels go onto these, and that obviously creates the space and pushes wheels out in order to make it look more aggressive. I don't know if it makes any difference in handling or anything like that, if I'm completely honest, but it will look more aggressive and make the tyres look even bigger than they actually are. So I've got them all round, and that is what's going on. I did manage to get these in with the price of the tyres to be put on by them, because they're taking the wheels off, so it's no harder work for them to just put these on. I'm going to give them the Loctite and I'm going to watch them very closely to make sure they put it on. What we'll do now is I'll take you down and we'll have a look at the vehicle just before, and then I'll show you the vehicle afterwards, and we'll check out how beastly it looks. So a quick look at it before. Let's have a look. She looks pretty flat. They don't really protrude, but it just looks soft, doesn't it? The vehicle just looks soft. It doesn't look aggressive. This is a bad corner. Let's have a look round her good side. Here she is, look. Let's go and get old Bertha some new dancing shoes. Let's go and have a quick look at them. They're a little bit busy at the minute, so I've got to come back in an hour. Here they are. This is the man going to be putting them on. Look decent they do, don't they?
good tyre.
They're a good tyre?
Yeah.
They're a good tyre.
Very good tyre.
If this man says it, I believe him. I believe him. Back in an hour and we'll get them bad boys on. If they ain't going to rip up some dirt, then I don't know what will. Here I'm keeping a close eye, making sure the Loctite is being used properly.
Best tyres ever.
And that there was the big boss man giving me the guarantee that these really are the best tyres ever. And now for the result. How good does that look? Look at this. We go around to the side and just have a little look here. Look. Look at the state of them wheels. Old Bertha, the Dark Destroyer, there ain't no hill gonna stop us. We are gonna come through every single hill, every single rock and every single puddle, and we ain't getting stuck. Or at least I don't think so. We'll see how far we get. But that is so much better, isn't it? Let's have a little look. We've done a bad side. Now let's look at her from a good side. Boom. That is a transformation. She looks like a right tank. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Right guys, on that bombshell, this is where I'm going to end the video, but you can see the difference that has made. We know now that that is not going to get stuck anywhere. Well, it probably is going to get stuck, let's have it right. But it's certainly going to be a whole lot better, and hopefully we can keep up with them discoveries and push the boundaries that little bit further than we could before. But thanks for watching the video guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Old Bertha, the Dark Destroyer, is coming to town and we are going to smash them hills to bits. Take it easy, like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.